All right, good morning and welcome to the TCRBCC Let's Talk Business podcast, where we show you how to get to the ching ching, the money keyword show. Okay, it's Friday, March 26th. I hope you had an awesome week. If you didn't, today is a good day for a good day. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. So before we get started, I want to thank our president and chairman club members for their support and for making sure we are able to host this podcast every Friday. Every Friday. So thank you, Amico Federal Credit Union. And also, some people don't know what it is that we do, really, or maybe they forgot.
Okay.
So I like to remind everyone. TCRBCC is committed to acquiring and disseminating valuable business information, resources, and tools for member firms to achieve entrepreneurial parity and economic prosperity in the region and international. And like every other show, we're going to illustrate what it is that we do and how we do that, right? We got to show and prove. And before I get started, I'm so sorry. I think I was in the Uber today because I'm like, what does this smell on me? Think they had some smokers. And I also got to rep my city.
All right.
There you go. Rep my chamber real quick, yeah?
There you go.
All right, so don't worry about that. But I have two special guests here, and we're going to cover some other topics, some recent events that the chamber has been involved in. But I have two special guests. I have Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's not Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. It's not Donald Glover and Maya Erskine. But we're going to see if y'all are funny hitters or hard hitters today, yeah?
Let's do it.
Yeah, okay. So introduce yourselves.
So I'm Rhonda Smith, and I'm the other half of Brian Smith Group Property Inspections.
Yes, and I am Brian Smith, and our company is Smith Group Property Inspections, and we're very happy to be here today.
Great. All right. So she said the other half. Is she the better half?
She is the better half. She is the brains of the operation, no doubt about it. The looks of the operation. I'm the
main thing
I'm
is
the muscle. I do what I'm told.
Hey.
That's it.
But you have her support and she has yours.
That's right. We got each other's back, no doubt about it.
Good. So y'all are from Houston. We talked about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Born and raised.
You like it here?
Yeah. we moved around a little bit, and like that saying goes, there's no place like home.
Hey.
It's true.
Hey. So what inspired you all to start your business? Well, first of all, how long have you been married?
No. 13 years. And we've been knowing each other 25.
It took you that
we
long?
met in college, so we both had some growing up to do.
I heard that.
I think it worked out best that way.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So how long have you been in business as a property inspector? How long have you had the Smith Group property inspection?
So we started this company in 2020. So let's go back a little bit. Let's rewind a little bit. So I'll tell the story of how we came here. So originally, I'm a graduate from Prairie View A&M University, electrical engineering, and after college, I got into industrial construction and engineering. We were building power plants all over country, and we moved quite a bit. We lived in Nebraska for a couple of years, Kentucky for a couple of years, Florida for a couple of years, and it was good money, but we had our first child out there in Florida, and we ultimately decided that we didn't want to move around like that anymore. Mm-hmm. Parents were getting older, and that's not the path in life we wanted. And so eventually we moved back to Houston in 2018, and in that industry, if you're not out on those projects like we were working on, you don't make as much money. You still make good money, but if you're not out there on those big projects, you don't make as much money. And so when we moved back, I took an office job and I started looking for a side hustle to replace some of that money that we lost and
To
we
supplement your
supplement
income.
the
Yeah.
income. Exactly. And when we bought our home, a gentleman came and did the inspection on the home, and I thought, man, I can do that. I said, you know what? I mean, he did a great job, no doubt about it, but I saw an opportunity there, and we talked about it, and I eventually signed up and went and got my license to do inspections on the side, nights and weekends, and started doing that. And then COVID hit. And when COVID hit, the company that we actually both were working at that company, different locations here in Houston. And when COVID hit, the company said, all right, guys, we're going to work from home for a couple of weeks. This thing will blow over real quick. And, 2 weeks we'll be working from home. 2 weeks turned into 2 years.
Yeah.
And
which was actually really a blessing.
It was a blessing because if you guys remember during COVID, the real estate market took off. I mean, they lowered interest rates. I mean, things just really took off. And during that time, we were getting out there, meeting a lot of people, networking, meeting realtors, things like that. And so the phone started ringing.
You weren't socially distancing?
Yeah, I mean, we were getting in where we fit in.
Once he gets his mind made up, it's kind of hard to change.
No, I'm just being funny. You did what you had to do.
We were getting out there. Yeah. We were getting out there, and the phone started ringing. And then after 2 years, the company, they wanted everybody to come back into the office. And at that point, we had some decisions we had to make because the business had really picked up momentum at that point. And so prayerfully, we decided that I was going to leave. So we transferred the benefits, medical, dental, vision, all that over into her name. She stayed, kept the office job, and I left on good terms. And that was that. We went full-fledged into the entrepreneurship, and it was a great decision.
It was. It's been one of the best decisions we've ever made.
So I see where the inspiration came in. There was a need, and a lot of times in business, when people want to be an entrepreneur, you're like, here's a problem and here's a solution.
Yes.
But you had not a problem, but you found a solution for your family that transcended into business.
Exactly.
Like, that's good.
That's right.
That's how you can love what you do. You know, when people say they love what they do.
Key.
Oh,
yes.
Both of us, we need this for our kid. And as you said before, there's no place like home. So I'm assuming your family is home. You don't want to move around like an army brat or a military brat, yes. Right? You want to be at home, take care of your family. And you love Houston, of course.
Yeah.
It just all came together.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it was exactly like you said. Our priorities in life changed. You know, coming out of college, we just wanted to make some money. But then we started realizing that money is important. We got to all have money to live. But, you know, raising our family, our children around family, that's important. You know, parents getting older, being able to be here, not packing up, moving every 2 years, you know, putting down roots, a church home, you know, all of those things became really, really more important to us and we started really, really identifying what we wanted in life. Not to mention, I mean, honestly, we were looking around at some of the coworkers that we had and, you know, they had been in there 20, 30 years and we said, is that what we want for ourselves? Nothing against, you know, them, but the world has changed, you know.
It has.
COVID proved that to us. And so we stepped out on faith. And, you know, a lot of times I feel like right beyond your comfort zone is where your blessings can be, you know. And sometimes, a lot of times we get too comfortable in that comfort zone, but if you step right outside that comfort zone, that blessing is right there. And, you know, we talked about never wanting to be in a position where we have a lot of regrets. You know, I didn't want to go through life. We always talked about entrepreneurship, starting our own
Mhm.
business, and investing and things like that. You know, but when's that gonna happen? We're talking about it, but when are we gonna take action? And so, taking action was really, really critical for us, and that's what we did.
Yeah, we've always loved real estate, and so being able to get into the space of inspection services, it serves two purposes. Allows us to do what we love, but also allows us to get into the investment space as well. So it really is kind of just a
Mm-hmm.
win-win all the way
Mm-hmm.
around.
But you mentioned right outside your comfort zone, which COVID forced us out
It
of the
did.
comfort zone, which brought about a whole lot of opportunities.
Mm,
Like it made a lot of people
absolutely.
think there's so many more black businesses. The chamber got many more members.
Yes.
So that was something real, like right outside your comfort zone. And
Yes.
COVID was like pushed us
It,
out, but
exactly. Did.
so many things came out of that. Right, we got kind of cut off from our friends, family, and stuff like that, but not on business.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Money was meant to be made, and the opportunity was there. And I'm glad to hear your story about how you said green
This
light,
is the time.
green light.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So tell me more about Smith Group Properties.
So Smith Group Property Inspections, we're
Inspection. Sorry.
yeah, Smith Group Property Inspections. We're an inspection company, and we offer residential and commercial property inspections.
Mhm.
So, I mean, specifically, what that looks like in a typical home buyer transaction.
Okay.
You have a home buyer that's out shopping for homes. They got their finances together, they're pre-approved, they're shopping for homes,
Mhm.
putting in offers to buy a home,
Right.
and finally a seller accepts their offer. Okay, now what? Well, now you enter in what they call the option period in real estate, where you have, as a buyer, you have an opportunity to do your homework on the home, your due diligence.
Good.
And that's where we come in. We, as an inspection company, we're going to come in on your behalf, and we're going to look at all the structural, mechanical, electrical components of the house and produce a report for you that informs you of the full condition of the home. And from that point, people have an opportunity to, you know, negotiate with the sellers. Some people may decide, this may not be the home for me. You're now more informed on what you're about to purchase. And that's
on your
why
investment.
yeah, on your investment that you're about to make. A
One of the
home,
biggest investments
yeah,
for
exactly.
most people.
Exactly. Buying a
Yeah.
home is the
Yeah.
biggest investment that you can make. And you want to, one of the most important things you can do as a home buyer is assemble a team to help you through that process. And when I say a team, if you're buying a home, you need a realtor.
Right.
So I'm gonna brag on my wife for a second. So she's also a realtor.
You get to.
Yes, I got
Yeah,
she,
she's a realtor. You want to have someone that's advocating on your behalf. You want to have a
Yes.
realtor on your side, but then you also want to have an inspector on your side that's going to help guide you through the process, because most people don't buy homes every day, and most people don't know what to look for in a home. I'm talking beyond the granite countertops and the beautiful backsplash. Well, what's going on that you can't see? And that's where we come in to help you.
So a lot of people don't think of that when
yeah.
the American dream is buy a home, right? So you see a home that you like, you see the marble countertops, the backsplash, and you're like, boom.
That's
But
it.
you may not know what some underlying issues are,
Absolutely.
which will affect your investment or your life.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
might be mold somewhere. Who knows?
that's so true.
You got a pool. I think you do pool inspections.
Oh,
Also.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you have a
Exactly.
pool. You're like, oh, it's a beautiful pool, but who
You don't
knows
know
how
what's
that's
really
affecting
going on
your
with-
foundation and septic and stuff like that, right?
Absolutely, and that's a lot of money to spend and not know that. So
Ooh.
you want to get ahead, if you will.
That
And
is a
so
lot of money to spend.
To me, I feel like the inspection part, don't skip it. It's really necessary so
Mhm.
that you get informed about spending that much money. And it's times where people will walk away and, oh, am I going to find? The other one is out there, but this was a good choice to spend the money on the inspection.
Oh, you need to have it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a
I love
no-brainer.
sneakers, right? So I need an inspector. Obviously, there's manufacturers who do certain things, but I don't want to buy like a $100, $200 pair of shoes, and no one knows if I can walk in those for a day,
That's right.
type thing. And then when you have a family,
Yes,
you,
it's
you
so
want
many
your babies to swim in
components.
the pool or whatever, and
Yeah.
yeah. So yes, that's very important, and I'm glad I have you all on here today because it's just buy a house, buy a house, buy a house, but you need a team.
That's
You do
right.
need a
You
team,
need a team
and
because
that's
you don't know what you don't know
you don't know what you don't know,
till you know.
and that's why the team is so important because they're going to help guide you, educate you through the process so that you can make an informed decision. And even if it's a new construction property,
That's
there's
a
a misconception out
that's
Like
a
there
it's
great
perfect
point to
because it's
that
bring up.
new.
there's a misconception out there that, oh, I'm buying a new construction house, I don't need an inspection. Really? Well, I would beg to differ. So I'm gonna plug my Instagram here for a second. Go
Go
check me out
ahead.
on Instagram, Brian Smith Home Inspector, and I post a lot of educational videos on there. Some of them are new construction. Look, you're talking about human beings that are building these houses, and they're building them quick. And a lot of the builders, they do a good job overall, but some of them tell people, "Oh, this is new construction. You don't need a to hire an inspector. We have our own inspectors in house." Well, the thing is that those inspectors work for the builder, not for you as a home buyer. And
Mm-hmm.
so, again, you need to have your own team. That sales lady that's in the model home that you go in, she doesn't work for you as a home buyer. She's working for that builder.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have your own realtor. You need to have your own inspector. You need to have your own team. So you need to have people that's looking out for your best interest. And that's what
Right.
I'm talking about.
Right. And when you're going through just the builder, they have their best interests at heart, right?
That's it.
So it could be down to the cheapest labor, which may cut corners or whatever, and that's where you come in. You need an inspector before you invest in this property.
You need to know what's
Uh,
going on. Absolutely.
the math
It,
ain't mathing in this home exactly,
Absolutely.
right?
I mean, we're
right.
talking about new construction. So most new construction homes, they come with a 1 year warranty. And some people think, oh, well, I got a warranty on everything.
Oh, it's
So
not everything.
well, here's the way that it works. You go and sign on the dotted line for that home at closing. You're saying that you accept it the way it is. You like it.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're hoping that they honor that warranty the way that they're saying. So,
Mm.
I think that there's opportunity for, and it may sound like I'm beating up on new construction, but what our intent is to help educate our people, that, yeah, that's great that they have a warranty,
Mm-hmm.
but still, you need to understand when you sign on that dotted line, you're saying, I accept it as is. And now, again, you're in the position to hope it. And then all new construction is not created equal. You may be buying a home, new construction, that may be kind of a mom and pop up and coming builder.
Okay.
They're just learning how to do this.
Mm.
Yeah, it's new construction, but you don't know how much experience they have doing this. I mean,
What kind of team they have?
what kind of team they have. You're a guinea pig with them. Their first. This is their first time building a home.
Yeah.
So whether it's a big established box builder, new builder, you just need to have people on your side to help you through the process.
Resale, new construction, it doesn't matter. And then while we're talking about that new construction, we also do warranty inspections. So when you've been in the home about 9 months or so, it's a good time to go ahead and reach out to us, and you can schedule your warranty inspection. And we want to kind of talk a little bit about that, Ryan.
Right. So what she's talking about is you bought a new construction home, right? And you got this 1 year warranty.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Normally, the warranty expires 1 year from the day that you close. Well, what we offer and recommend is before that 1 year warranty expires, we offer what we call an 11-month inspection on that house, because the builder, they're not going to call you and say, hey, you got something you want us to pay for before your warranty expires? Not going to get that phone call.
No
so
one
we
will.
come in and inspect the home, structural, mechanical, electrical, turn in all those findings to the builder, and then the builder pays for it while it's still under warranty. Because after that warranty expires, it's on you. And again, part of what the intent here is to make people aware of the options that are available to them. Some people may say, man, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. I didn't even know that that was a thing to be able to do that. Well, that's what we're here to do. You know, us as a group is to inform the people out there listening that you have that option. Even if you know, for whatever reason, didn't get the home inspected before you close, well, there's still an opportunity before that warranty expires to have someone look at it so you can take full advantage. Because in a 1 year time span, things change. You know, here in Houston, the soil, it can move and all kinds of things. So it's a good idea to take advantage of that.
But you said you didn't want to beat up on the builders, but what I heard was they're trying to save us time and money.
That's it.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And a lot of money and a lot of time. And the time that lives up here for free. You know, the stress, I can't sleep at night because I got the termites or something like that. So I don't think you're beating up on anyone, but I do think it is it's great to be informed and for us to know. Absolutely. You can hedge your bets.
You bet. So one thing you talked about right there that's also important is termites. So here in the state of Texas, you have to have a separate license to do termite inspections. And yes, so Texas Department of Agriculture, and we're licensed to do that. And what we do, we include a termite inspection with every home inspection that we do, because that's critical. You know, we talk a lot about the big five of a home: the roof, the foundation, the electrical system, the plumbing system, HVAC, meaning AC and furnace. Those are the big five. But there's a bonus. Number 6 is termites. We're talking about items that can be big ticket items that can really, really cost a home buyer. And we want to minimize surprises when you move into the home. And so a lot of inspection companies, that's an add-on to have a termite inspection, but we bundle it in and we include that with every home inspection that we do.
And what's nice about it being included, you get that one appointment versus trying to schedule a termite company.
Right.
So you're like
a one-stop shop.
Absolutely.
And also, like with termites, when you said something about it being a bigger issue later on, if you don't have that inspection, you don't know that you have this little issue that started right here and it just gradually comes up and it's on the mic now and you can't even speak on the mic.
Yeah, you're right. And one thing that you talked about that's really important is the one-stop shopping. What Rhonda was just saying, you know, in a traditional situation, you may have a home inspector, but then you may have to coordinate a separate guy to do the termite inspection. You may have to bring in a different guy to do the swimming pool. You may have to bring in a different guy to do this and that. We're certified to do it all. And so it makes things easier, because I talked about when you get your offer accepted, sometimes you may only have a 5-day option period to get everything done. And if the house is occupied, if it's not vacant, sometimes it's not so easy to coordinate all of that. And we found that it's beneficial to have everything under one roof. It makes it easier for the client that's buying the home. It makes it easier for the realtor that's helping with the transaction. It's better.
And you said earlier, reduce the stress. That's what you're trying to do.
Peace of mind.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, you got that, and people love it. Peace of mind. I mean, you can't buy it.
No doubt.
Right?
No doubt.
You can pay for the service, but you can't necessarily buy peace of mind.
Yes.
But if you have this, all I have to do is call you and you're going to take care of my house or help me through the process, and your wife is a real estate. I mean,
hey,
where are we going?
Call us. So
what else we need?
So I'll share another inspection service that people may or may not know about that we offer. So we've been talking new construction. So we offer what we call phase inspections. So for example, you're building a brand new home from the ground up. Okay. We offer what we call a 3-phase inspection on this new construction home. What is a 3-phase inspection? So phase 1 is the builder is about to pour the foundation. We're going to look at the inspection at the property before they pour the foundation. It's called a pre-pour inspection. We're looking at the form work. We're looking at the plumbing lines, the rebar, all of that, to make sure things are as per the engineered design. So that's phase 1, the pre-pour inspection. We charge $200 for that. We try to make it affordable for everyone. We don't want to price it to where people can't afford it, because we want you to take advantage of it. So that's phase 1, pre-pour inspection. Phase 2 is the pre-drywall inspection. So after the foundation is poured, the framing is up, the roof is on, the windows are in, plumbing lines are run, electrical lines. Before they cover everything up with drywall, we do an inspection at that point. That's phase 2. One of the things that I like to say is a lot of sins get covered up with drywall.
Oh, of course.
I mean, when I say sins, I'm talking SINS, sins. I mean,
Bodies
imperfections, deficiencies, whatever. So we inspect the home at phase 2, pre-drywall, before they cover everything up with drywall.
That's a really important phase.
It's a very important phase. Very important phase. And again, $200. You know, we want to, now after this podcast goes out to millions of people and the demand comes in, that price might go up. So y'all got to call now. So right now is
now it's $5.
If you call our office, if you call our office and say, hey, we saw y'all on the Let's Talk Business podcast, we'll honor that price. But you know, price may go up. So anyway, pre-drywall is phase number 2, and then phase 3 is the final inspection. At that point, all the appliances are in, the home should be move-in ready, and we're gonna come in. Normally,
you cover electrical on that phase?
Everything. Structural, mechanical, electrical, all the appliances, HVAC. We do a termite inspection. That's the move-in ready inspection. So 3-phase inspection, when we're talking new construction, is what some people may not be aware of. That's an option, but we offer that. And that way you're having peace of mind during the entire process, that your home is being built correctly. Because part of what we've seen, we see people that their new home is being built, right? And everybody's excited. You know, you get off work, you drive by the house, you get out, walk around looking, you know, what are you looking at? Do you know what you're looking at? I mean, maybe you do.
Probably not.
You know,
just looking at,
I see people.
This is mine.
Look, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. You're getting your home built, right? People, they take the permanent marker, they write their name on the framing and scriptures and all of that. That's good. That's good. But do you know what you're looking at? You know, I see people snapping pictures. They text it to the building superintendent. And I mean, look, what you need is someone on your side that's going to put a comprehensive report together and deliver that to the construction manager on your behalf. That's what you need.
You need expertise.
That's what you need. And so that goes back to that team concept that we talked about. And that's what we're, again, wanting to do, is just make everyone aware of the options that are available.
And you're saying what you see for new home buyers or new construction, but what my experience has been with family whose own homes, they could have really benefited from having a home inspection, because it didn't happen this year or next year, 10 years down the line. Now you understand that, oh, your plumbing was messed up from the beginning type thing. Or you've had termites for 20 years, you know, stuff like that. So that's something that I see where I'm saying, oh, you can definitely give people peace of mind and save them a lot of money, because once your family is there and once you have grandkids or whatever, now you have this other problem. Like, the house is coming down on you.
And it could be really
or the toilet is messed up.
And the thing about it, like you said earlier, this is your idea of buying the American dream. So you want to enjoy it. And
exactly.
When those things come up, it's not so fun and it's very costly.
So especially the septic systems. Jeez.
We do that as well. Septic systems. Tell
us about it.
For those that are not aware what a septic system is. So in your home, your plumbing system, we flush toilets, we have sinks, and it all has to go somewhere.
Right.
If you're in the city, it goes to the main city sewer system. But sometimes on larger properties, acreage type properties, or on the outskirts in more rural areas, you'll have a what's called a septic system. It's not connected to a city utility system, and there's maintenance that's required for that as well. And we offer those inspections as well because you want to understand the condition of that system.
So tell me about the. I was just doing a little homework before y'all got here today.
Okay.
I'm just kidding, but not right before. But you mentioned something on your website about sewer camera inspection.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
That's another great one.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all excited?
A lot of money down the road.
Yeah, that's a big one. So sewer camera inspection. So a standard home inspection, when a standard inspector looks at the plumbing, they're going to run some water at the sinks, flush toilets, run the showers. That's it.
Oh.
But in a standard home inspection, you cannot see the underground plumbing.
Right.
You cannot see that. And we offer what's called a sewer camera inspection, where we will run a camera into the underground plumbing to check the condition of the underground plumbing. Why is that important? Well, because what we see happen is you can have tree roots that grow into the plumbing line and damage the plumbing line. You have plumbing lines that get separated. You got debris, different stuff that gets clogged in. And what happens is you don't see that kind of issue when the inspector is just running water at the sinks and flushing toilets.
Yeah.
What happens is when you move into the home and you start flushing solids and you got more happening, then the problem becomes more apparent after you move in. And so we started offering sewer camera inspections as a way of being able to examine the underground plumbing of a home, because if you have an underground plumbing issue, that can get really expensive really fast. You're talking about you have to dig up to get to it, to repair it. Anytime you have somebody digging,
it's usually gonna cost.
That's dollar signs. So, one of the main things that we're looking to accomplish during the inspection process is less surprises when you move into the house. That's what it's all about. You want to have peace of mind that I'm not going to have some sort of expensive surprise when I move in, because you want to know about that before you sign on the dotted line so you can negotiate, or you can decide, is this the house for me? So less surprises, more knowledge of the condition of the home is what the goal is.
And so with sprinkler systems kind of tie into this sewer camera inspection, well, not tie into, but have kind of the same cause and effect.
Right. So sprinkler systems. So we include sprinkler systems with every inspection. Now, a lot of companies, they charge extra to do a sprinkler system. They charge extra for this, extra for that. We include a lot in our inspection because we want to offer a lot of value. We want to offer a lot of value. We're not going to upcharge you on the sprinkler system. We're not going to upcharge you on this or that, but we want all of that to be included. And so if you got a damaged sprinkler head or something that's not working, we feel like you need to know that, and so that's why we include all of that.
So do you see something more than just a damaged sprinkler head? Like
yeah. So
something a little bit more.
So for example, I've seen situations where there's a leak in the sprinkler system that people are not aware of, and there's been a lot of conversation in the city recently about high water bills. Well, one of the reasons you can get a high water bill is if you have a water leak that you're not aware of. And if you've got something leaking at your sprinkler system, you need to know about that, And so, outside of just a sprinkler head, you want to know about the integrity of the entire system. And so leaks is something that we're certainly looking for.
So we've been talking, in my opinion, about a little bit more of preventative maintenance, but going further, once you've bought the home and Mr. and Mrs. Smith has come out and has us together for our future, how often do you think that people should have their home inspected, or do you offer a service where you come and check on it again one time?
So that's a great point that you bring up, and the word that comes to my mind is relationships. Why am I saying relationships? It's because, say we do an inspection on your home that you're buying.
Mhm.
Well, part of what we bring to the table is we have a list of our preferred um, service contractors that we work with. So you
Okay.
move into the home, we're going to give you a list of our preferred vendors. Here's some electricians that we like. Here's some plumbers that we like. Here's some HVAC technicians that we trust. Here's some roofers. Here's some this and that. Because when you move into the home, now we're talking about you got to maintain it.
You're
There's
gonna
Right.
certain
maintain it.
yearly maintenance and there's things that you need to do. And so, we've established a relationship as your inspector, but also we have that relationship now to where we're going to continue to help you through the life of your home by making some referrals of
Hmm.
professionals that can really help you as you're moving forward.
And you give them those. Do you motivate people to have inspections after you're gone? Like, hey, we have these people, but at year one, you should do this.
So
What's the diagnosis when you leave?
yeah, so certainly on new construction, we need to be doing that inspection before the 1 year expires.
Right.
And with every inspection, we give every client a home maintenance book. It's a booklet with about 50 pages in it. Every client gets this
I love
book,
it.
and what it spells out is what you need to be doing on a quarterly basis. In the spring, here's a list of activities that
Mhm.
need to be happening for maintenance. In the fall, in the summer, in the winter, annually. It spells it all out. And so the combination of the list of maintenance steps that need to happen, plus the professionals that can help you with these
Mhm.
items, give that provides you a more complete picture
Right.
of what you need to do to keep your home
It's home health.
home
That's
health.
right.
It's no different than us going getting our physicals
Right,
every
right.
year at the
That's home
doctor. It's
health.
home health.
And
So
how tedious is some of the things you may have to do in the spring in each season? Is it like you
And
is
there,
it really tough, or is it some things that you have to check off? You have to call this person.
like your HVAC, you definitely need to have someone come in and check that at least once a year.
at least once a year.
Yes.
And but
But
here,
that's okay to just call them.
so
It's not a whole lot to do. That's making an
Exactly.
right.
appointment.
And here's
Right?
the beauty of it. In 2024, a lot of things and a lot of companies are set up where things are more automated for people. So for example, I have an HVAC company that I'm recommending for you. What they're going to do is sign you up for an annual maintenance program. They call you, once a year,
Email.
twice a year. Miss Pittman, it's time for us to come out and service your unit. What's a good day this week, next week for us to do that for you?
Right.
That way you don't have to remember to call them. And it's not as painful to do the maintenance if get set up with these more automated type maintenance programs. And that's some of the suggestions that we make to people, because it's not so easy to remember to do this, do that, do this, do that. And so that's what we feel is helpful and beneficial.
That definitely is. Definitely. So external building inspection. Let's talk on that.
So external buildings. So say you have a property that you want to have inspected. On a normal home inspection, it is the house, the main house. But there are some properties that we encounter. It may have a workshop where they got a restroom out there, they got some electrical,
Okay, okay.
it's climate controlled or whatever, and we can take care of that for you as well. It's a little bit extra, but again, going into a home purchase, you want to know everything about the property that you're buying.
That's
So
100% correct.
yeah, so external buildings that's basically what that looks like. Um, Multifamily properties, we do duplexes. I mean, when you start getting into properties that's more than 4 units, now you're into more commercial. We
Right.
offer that as well.
Hmm.
About a month ago or so, I was down headed towards Galveston. We inspected a 16 unit apartment complex, got that done. And for the investors out there, we work with investors all the time. And with investors, there's there's two different types of inspections that are most common with our investor partners that we work with. So there's a lot of people that are rehabbing homes, house flipping.
Okay.
So there's some of those folks, say for example, they're just getting started in house flipping and they're maybe not as experienced as some seasoned house flippers. Well, we'll go through with them at the very beginning to help educate them on the full condition of this house, because a big part of house flipping and investing is, calculating your cost and understanding, what do we have here. So we'll do that with some of our investor clients up front. But then there's another set of investors that what they like to do, say they're well along with the rehab, the flip, they're almost done with the rehab. They're about 90% complete. We got all the granite countertops in, backsplash, all that stuff. We're about 90% complete.
What about the bidet? We have the bidet?
The bidet. The bidet.
We've seen a few of those.
Got that in there. So the investor, they're about 90% complete with the rehab. The crew is still there. And I'll do an inspection with them at that point to let them know this, and this before the crew leaves, because it's more cost effective.
If you can tighten up right now.
You can tighten it up right now. Because here's on the flip side what happens. We see a lot of house flippers, they flip it, put the for sale sign in the yard, and then I show up with the buyer. And now I'm inspecting this flip that you just put on, and then I'm saying, this, and this.
No.
And a lot of investors find it beneficial to have that step, that quality check before they put the for sale sign in the yard. Again, we're about 90% complete with the rehab. Crew is still there. Then you bring us in to look at everything: structural, mechanical, electrical. Generate a punch list of or a completion list of items that need to be addressed before completion, and that way you're putting out a more quality product on the market, because Houston is huge, but it's still a small world. Our reputation is very important. And so you want to make sure that you're putting a quality product out there. And so it's a good idea to have a trained set of eyes take a look at it right before you put that for sale sign out.
Yeah, and if I can get an inspection for $400 and other services, it's worth it.
No doubt.
Just to have a trained
awesome.
set of eyes.
That's
You know how
right.
long it took you to train those eyes, and you're just saying, well, just give me $400.
No doubt.
For your benefit, to help you out, to
That's
make you aware, and also to protect my reputation and build a reputation.
Yes.
But
That's
having
how
a
they
trained-
build their business too.
Exactly. So, if everyone had an inspector, we wouldn't need you no more.
We wouldn't. And here's the thing, all inspectors are not created equal. All realtors are not created equal. So you want to have the right inspector and the right realtor. And that's why you need to call us, because we have the experience to do the job. We've inspected thousands of properties, literally. You look us up on Google, Smith Group Property Inspections, Brian Smith Home Inspector. We've got almost 700 five-star Google reviews.
Can I get some? Some for you too? Yes.
Listen, almost 700 five-star Google reviews.
It's hard to get one Google review.
It is.
It's hard to get one Google review, and I gotta thank my wife tremendously for us getting there, because she has been instrumental in putting systems and processes in place in our business to where we're organized. And I give her a tremendous amount of credit for helping to put those systems and processes in place. For those people out there that are watching, entrepreneurs that are building their businesses, systems and processes, I can't stress it enough.
Oh, they're key.
Ooh.
That is critical.
Key to growth.
It's key to growth. And so, we were talking about, almost 700 five-star Google reviews. Well, that says a lot. Number one, we didn't just start doing this yesterday. We have a lot of experience doing this, but also customer service and relationships are very important to us. And, people will not, a lot of times you can't get people to get on there and write something nice about you. But for that many people to get on and leave, some people leave lengthy reviews about how pleased and grateful they are for the service.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you want to make sure that you have the right people on your team, no doubt.
So, what's one of a system that you've put in place, maybe recently, or something that's kind of helped propel you into this world now
Well,
today?
one of the things we started doing, kind of to back up a little bit, like Brian was saying, having not only systems but having help. You can't do everything by yourself. If you gotta have good customer
I'm gonna have to plug the
service,
chamber real quick.
there you go, right?
But go ahead.
You need that support. So we got to a point where we actually were doing a lot of things, and we realized we need some team. We need a team.
Yeah.
And so we got a team in place. We have 3 virtual assistants right now, and some of the systems we put in place. For example, let's say you tell us last week we set an appointment to come out and do your inspection, and you said, "Oh, Rhonda, I don't think I'm going to make it." So what we try to do is we will reach out to you that morning. Hey, are you sure you're not going to make it? Or, maybe your schedule, just because a lot of people do want to attend the inspection. So they can actually walk through with Brian or one of our inspectors and see themselves live and in person. So just things like that. And we found that it just makes a smoother process for the home buyer. They can be educated more because they were there on hand. But if you can't be there, we also offer where we'll reach back out to you, set up an appointment, and then we will walk through that report with you. So don't just get the report and pay for it, but actually pull it out and read it. And then it ties into that maintenance as you own the home over the years. You can have that report, pull that out, and the manual that we give you. So it's just some things like that. And then Brian, did you want to add anything?
Well, what she hit on, our back office team, that's one of the processes that she put in place that has been really critical to our success. So if you call or text our office 7 days a week, you're going to get a live person that's going to answer the phone or return your text message. And it's going to be one of our assistants, because what we wanted to do was make sure that we had a team. We talk about the home buyers having a team, but as an entrepreneur, you need to have a team.
Yes.
We have the virtual assistants, and then, hey, let's talk about why we're here today. We partnered up. You
trying to run my podcast?
We gotta.
This ain't about you, right? So tell me.
We got a team, because what we're looking to do is grow.
Right.
And the reason why we're connected is because our values.
I can't even ask you any questions. You every time you just start answering.
Okay.
Now this is why we connected. Go ahead.
This is why we're connected, because our values are aligned. You guys are growth minded, and we don't know what we don't know, and we need help. And so we're a team. We're a team.
So I was just messing with you, but I did want to touch on that, because obviously y'all are doing great, but you've just become members of the chamber. So you need another little arsenal on your team, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, right?
Exactly why we joined.
I want to ask you about your experience so far. I know you're kind of brand new, and you may not have had, you haven't had a chance to utilize certain resources and stuff, but what's been your experience with the chamber? Well, first of all, I know you need a team, but what was it exactly that made you say, Tri-County Black Chamber of Commerce, Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce, I'm gonna press the button?
So one of my brothers, his name's Gary Robinson. I was talking to Gary a couple of weeks ago. He's a business owner. Gary's probably been on this podcast, but I was talking to Gary.
Light skin Gary?
Yeah.
That's my brother Gary.
That's Gary.
My brother.
All right.
I love Gary. I'm gonna show you a picture later.
Yeah, Gary's awesome. And I was talking to Gary recently, and Gary told me, he said, "Man, Brian, I got some people that you need to talk to." And just to be honest with you, I feel like, so we're people of faith. You know, the Lord is first in our life and in our home. And I feel like that there's times when the good Lord can speak to us through other people. And no doubt about it. And, you know, Gary is somebody that I trust, no doubt about it. And I felt like we talked about it, prayed about it, and we felt like it was an opportunity to make a really, really good connection. And and that's why we're here. I talked with Miss Tammy, my wife and I, we talked to her, and we just felt really good about everything, the entire structure of the organization.
And how you can give back as a business, because I mean that's just the way it is, where much is given, much is required. So
yes,
you have to tie that in.
So did you need any specific need from the chamber, or you just were like, I need to be a part of this club, I need to be here, I need a team of people? Because it's not just the chamber, it's everyone else, like you said. um, you have access to every business owner in the chamber, and every business owner, I promise you, will answer your call. You might have to name drop a little bit, Tri County, I don't know. They're going to answer your call, and they're happy to give back to their community. Like, it's a private club, but we all put stuff in the pot. We take and we give. That's right. So was there like a specific need, or you just wanted to be part of the cool cup with the cool kids?
So the relationships is what we really value. Good. And talking to, you know, I mentioned Gary, but the relationships is where we feel like there's a tremendous amount of value. You know, we don't know what we don't know when we're talking about the world of bidding on certain types of jobs and projects and contracts and things like that. That's a world that we haven't necessarily navigated a lot.
So you want to be in the room with people who can talk that talk.
There you go. Right? There you go.
So you can walk your walk.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. We want to be able to. Yeah. Where's the door to the look? Some of these rooms, we don't even know some of these rooms exist, and we need to know the right people that can help make us aware and educate us on what rooms we need to be in, what people that we need to know, so that, you know, because it's
and the processes
and the process. There you go. So
the process is the part for me that is enlightening, because during the process you may sit at the table, and I'm never like a starstruck person, but you don't know who you're sitting down with, and you're just at a chamber function, and you talk to someone, and so many people, just like you both have today, will give you all those little gems and give you that encouragement and give you something to go with and take back home and nest. You know what I mean? So that's a great thing about the chamber. We all, my grandmother uses this analogy all the time. She say, hey, you got tomatoes, you got potatoes, and I got carrots.
I like that.
Can't do nothing with it. Tomatoes, you're like, But when we put it all together, even if one of these ingredients costs way more than the other, once we put it all together, now we all eat.
Love that.
We got a stew now.
That's a wonderful analogy.
We got a stew now.
So
that's the thing about the chamber. Again, everyone has access to everyone. Literally, you're new to the chamber, but once you get your login and get your bearings right, you'll be able to say, I know I had this tax guy, but I need a new tax guy because it's tax season. That's why I said it.
Yes.
I need a new tax guy. Let me look through the chamber Rolodex and give back to someone who's given into the same organization. Yeah. Not that you don't love your tax person.
No,
right
I do
now.
need a new tax guy, by the way.
Who? I got you. I'm gonna plug you. Lee Hopes.
Right. Yeah. I do need
or Tamisha.
Plug us in.
I have a couple.
Okay.
I have a couple, and we'll talk about it. And I'll also be able to show you kind of how you can just go in and plug in tax, property, fun, entertainment, graphics, marketing. I mean, we have so many people, and they're not all big, but collectively, we're good. We're all gonna eat. So, I'm glad you brought that up about having a team, and I'm glad you kind of cued me in, even though I wanted to cue myself in.
He'll
But
get ahead of you sometimes.
no, no,
Don't
no.
you love
I
him?
I appreciate this, and I was telling him yesterday that I was really hoping that y'all could be in the studio with us because the energy that we have and the vibes and for the chamber for us as people, as my big brother, my big sister, like it's great when you're in house because we get
Yes.
so much
Amen.
more out of it.
That's right.
And I hope that anyone listening and who's watching realizes that like you're gonna get so much more out of being involved with the chamber. We have several events throughout the weeks and months in the year, and we have a big event at the very end of the year. It's a Business Choice Awards.
Okay.
So it's so great when you actually see all of this come to fruition
Wow.
at the end of the year, and that's you. That's you. That kind of
It
me a little
sounds
bit,
exciting.
but yeah. So having you motivated with the chamber, you haven't even gotten to see what we're doing yet, but you are like you already heard, right? You had the word of
Oh,
mouth,
yes.
so you know we're doing stuff, and I hope that you stay motivated. You know Gary, so you'll stay motivated.
No doubt.
I love that man. Not like that, Gary. Anyway,
Mhm.
so I want you all to let everyone know again how to get in contact with you all.
Okay. So you can always look us up online at getyourhouseinspected.com. You can also reach our office at 281-734 sorry, I'm giving you 281-734-3118. And as Brian said earlier, there's always going to be someone available to take your call. And you can also leave a message. And also, you can text that number and we can reach back out to you that way as well. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook. Am I covering everything, Brian?
Yeah, yeah. We're on social media. You type in Brian Smith Home Inspector on Facebook or Instagram. You'll find us there. You'll find us, like she said, our phone number is 281-734-3118. Someone will answer that phone 7 days a week, text message, you name it. So we're available.
Awesome. So we're gonna wrap up here, but I want to know from both of you. You might have the same feeling, but I want to know what advice you would give to entrepreneurs, whether they're aspiring, new to it, been in the game, whatever. You want to take it off, Rhonda?
Sure. Definitely, I would say stay focused. One thing Brian says all the time, focus on something really hard, do it well, then you can move into other avenues. So that's probably one of the number one things I would say. Believe in yourself, even if that means you have to put affirmations on your wall, on your mirror. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
extremely important. And I would say definitely, like we've all said repeatedly, to grow, you need a team. You can't do it all by yourself. And then I'll let Brian take it away from there.
So for growing entrepreneurs out there, my advice is take the first step, take action, because it's one thing to have a great idea for a great product or a great service, but if you don't take action, and it doesn't have to be this grand huge action, but take action. And if it's something that you want, one of the things that I believe in is making daily progress towards that goal.
Mm.
You need to be doing something to touch it every single day. Um, that's the way to get there. Think about the goal and work your way backwards. Put time, put deadlines, milestones in place.
Mm-hmm.
You need to take the step. When are you going to take the step? Today. What do we need to get done this week? What do we need to get done this month? What do we need to get done in 90 days? I mean, I could keep going and on, but action is ultimately where we need to be.
that
Well
that has
said.
me that has me thinking about how when we were kids and we got that little notch on the door as we get taller,
Mm-hmm.
and we go and check every day to see how much taller we've gotten.
Mm-hmm.
It should be like that in business. You
It
gotta
should
get
be.
taller. You gotta get bigger. You
It
gotta
should be.
reach your
Great
goal.
example.
Yeah. And the other thing too, that I think that at least for us is when you're first getting started, you know, narrow your focus. Narrow your focus, because one of the things that I've seen with a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs is, they got a short attention span. One week they open in a food truck, the next week they flipping houses, the next week they doing this and doing that. Look, hey, what's the one thing? Stay focused on that one thing, because it's like, if you're dividing your attention amongst 12 different things, well, I mean, each one of those things is getting 1/12 of your attention. But if you pour all of your energy into the one thing, I feel like, at least for us, there's more opportunity for you to start really building some momentum. So stay the course.
Yeah. And for everyone, social media is a huge, it's valuable. However, some people, they don't see the value in that, and they think they're going to get rich quick, and you might lose it that quick.
Yeah.
And so when you're saying you're putting 1/12, no, if you want to really build something, if you're going to get it quick, you're going to lose it real quick. So figure out how to, not figure out, stay the course, like you were saying. Stay the course, focus on that one thing. Because that one thing, even if you got rich quick off one thing, just think about if you put 11/12 into that.
That's right.
You'd be a billionaire. Like, that's nothing. So I'm glad you mentioned those things. It's been a great talk. Our time is a little bit up, but it was
enjoyed it. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I want to end on it's Women's Health Month. So I just got to put my plug out here for my ladies, for my men taking care of their ladies, all of that. Yes. So women have unique risk factors. Compared to men, we're more likely to be susceptible to hypertension, diabetes, arthritis, fibromyalgia, eye disease, pain sensitivity, irritable bowel syndrome, and certain types of mood disorders. And that's not even including our reproductive differences, right? So it's a good month and a great time to prioritize and educate ourselves further on the common health risk factors. And I need you too, my men,
That's right,
to motivate our women to take care, because she's got to still take care of you for at least 50 more years.
That's right.
At least, right? And the babies.
Self-care is important.
Don't forget about that, right?
Self-care is important.
And the babies. So women, take some time, not just this month, every month, but we're talking about this month in light of the holiday, if you will. But take some time every month. You may be a member, and sometimes you don't want to go. You're like, oh, if I go, I'm gonna get a bad review. A bad diagnosis or whatever. It's okay. It's better to go sooner than later. And if you need some motivation, or if you want just some kind of on the side health tips or information or anything, the chamber has several counselors, medical experts, several everything. So go through that Rolodex that we were talking about earlier today, and maybe just, talk to your sis or your brother in the chamber and say, hey, they may help you, encourage you to do what you can't really take that first step in doing. So our members are not just about business. We are people, right? We encourage each other. There's several members that I just call and be like, hey, I was thinking about you. Girl, you remember that time? And it has nothing to do about business, but it's relationships. You can't build relationships by just calling when you need something.
That's it.
Right?
That's right.
So chamber members are here. They want to hear from you, and we want you to join. We want you to join. It's totally worth your benefit to join the chamber. So did you all want to add something before we let them go?
Just want to say thank you for having us. We really, really enjoyed it.
This has been great.
It's been awesome. It's been awesome. We look forward to the journey with the chamber, and we just really, really enjoy being here today.
Me too. I look forward to getting to know more about y'all off the air, because this has really been great.
This is just the icing on top. We need to dig in, and so it's, I'm excited.
we more than
about
icing.
all of that.
Okay. Let me take this wig off. No, I'm just kidding. No, so anyhow, join the chamber. Tri-County Regional Black Chamber.org is where you can find us. You can join on the chamber website. You can view upcoming events on the website. You can ask questions on the website. You can see testimony. You can do everything. Just go. Okay. So I'm going to leave it here for you all. Can't wait to see you all next Friday. And have a good weekend. And remember, if you want to talk business, you got to do business with Tri County. Okay. Have a good day.